Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
O'Shea goes by.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out, y'all.
This is a special edition of Movie Junkies with DB because this edition is going to be live.
Woo!
And we have a live guest in studio with us today that I'm extremely proud of, Heather B. Mm-hmm. This man had his feature film debut. It had his world premiere opening, the U.S. Narrative competition at the 2016 Tribeca Film Festival.
Nice.
This guy has written films for Sony, TriStar Pictures, Double E Pictures, Trigger Street Productions, The Weinstein Company.
Money.
We had our good friend Harvey.
I did.
Yeah. We had our good friend Harvey up here who sat with us for over an hour because he enjoyed the environment so much. Mm-hmm. And he has a new film that he put together called Kicks, which is in theaters Friday, September the 9th. He directed and co-wrote the film. And it's a very interesting plot to this film. I'm going to let DB dive into it. And it's based out of where I'm from, which is where he's from. Northern California, Bay Area, the Oakland Bay Area. Please welcome to the show the one and only Justin Tipping, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Justin.
Man. First of all,
town business.
Before we jump into it, let's handle this town business, man.
Oh, man.
So you're from El Cerrito, right?
Yes, I am.
Which is about 15 minutes or 20 minutes from the town, and it's all the same, Phil. You know, where did you go to school?
El Cerrito High.
Damn, you really El Cerrito.
El Cerrito, go Gauchos all the way.
The Gauchos, huh?
Gauchos on Portola Middle School.
Yeah?
Right there, and then straight to El Cerrito High.
Yeah? What did you
Drew Gooden went there. You know, shout out.
Yeah, what's up, Drew? Drew's is a citizen of the show. At that time, were you into film? Did you know this is what you wanted to do?
Had no idea. No.
Really?
Like growing up, had no idea that was even possible.
Uh-huh.
Which is a problem.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem that I had no idea that you could make a living or be behind a camera or be in media, but in that way.
Uh-huh.
But I was always making weird ass videos and making struggle rap videos for myself and friends and rapping in closets, as you see in the movie that's depicted.
Yep.
But yeah, so it wasn't until later in life that I started studying film and realized like the lack of representation of marginalized groups of people and people of color, period. And I was just watching it, and one day I thought, like, well, if someone's going to do it, why can't I just tell the story myself?
Uh-huh.
And that's what kind of drove me into filmmaking.
Wow, that's incredible. You went to Santa Barbara? Where did you go to school to study?
Yeah, I did my undergrad in Santa Barbara, which was a crazy cultural shift because it was like sandals. Like, what are sandals?
Yeah.
Like, what are board shorts?
Yeah, they wear that.
We're like, why are you wearing like cubic zirconians in your ears?
Yeah.
Like, you're so hip hop. I'm like, I'm not really that hip. I'm kind of square, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I studied film theory and like cultural theory, there. So that's kind of where I got, addicted to it. Became geeked out on film, and then I got my master's at the American Film Institute in directing.
So you felt like there was a lack of representation for marginalized people. We were just seeing through one-dimensional ways, right?
Right.
Well, recently Dope came out. I thought was an excellent movie. What are some of the movies you thought do a fair job at representing?
Well, so I had this idea in Kicks in like 2009, and since then, things like Dope have definitely paved the way for this to be made. Mm-hmm. Fruitvale. Shout out Ryan Coogler. I know I've known Ryan since I was like 10.
Did y'all grow up together? You and Ryan grew up?
Yeah, we had like he lived about 5 minutes away from me, and we had this mutual friend. We went to different schools. He didn't go to El Cerrito, but we had this one homie who had like his dad always had like Final Cut Pro or like the new camera or the mic in the closet we try to rap into or whatever, and so we were always crossing paths like seeing our weak music videos that we won't talk about or never be seen ever. But yeah, and then he came out to USC a year before I went out to LA too. So it's been wild to see him. He's inspired me, to keep pursuing my dreams too. And yeah, and then straight out of Compton, definitely woke people up to be like, oh, there's a market for this. Because in Hollywood, having like a script with all people of color, all teenagers, no celebrity right behind it. You know, it was like people don't. It's not even a secret. It's like it's hard to get money to make that kind of movie. So
have you and Ryan collaborated or talked about collaborating?
not yet, but he's ever since Fruitvale, he's just taken off. I mean, Creed.
Yeah,
and
Creed was excellent too.
And now he's.
And he did a Flint,
Black Panther.
Black
No,
Panther.
he's literally off shooting Black Panther. So
Yeah.
Hey, can I do Creed 2 though, Ryan?
Get up on
And he
it.
did the Flint for the Flint water crisis. He threw that big concert too in Flint, Michigan. I'm really proud of what you guys are doing, man. And I would love to do something with y'all at some point. I don't know what, but I really appreciate what you guys are doing, especially coming from the Bay Area.
For sure.
Justin Tipping is here. We're going to talk about this movie Kicks, which is in theaters Friday, September the 9th. You have any questions, 888-742-3345. We're going to dig into the movie right after this.
You're ill. Got my Vans on, but they look like sneakers. Space where it's quiet, and no one can mess with me.
One of the most interesting movies I've seen in a long time is called Kicks. It's in theaters Friday, September the 9th. Director and co-writer of the film, Justin Tipping, is here. He's from the home of the Golden State Warriors, have to be. The land of Kevin Durant, have to be.
I knew it was coming.
Just want to let you know, Go Raiders. Tradition of excellence is continued in his work, have to be.
They lost last night.
But they won the first game of the preseason. Quit tripping. All right? And he grew up listening to the world-famous Wake Up Show with Sway and
Salute
Tech.
to that.
So
That's awesome.
you know he knows his thing. He looked at me when he walked in the room like, damn. First thing you said to me was? Talking about the anthem.
Tech and Sway.
Wow. Tech and Sway.
I think I had that tape.
Yeah, this or that?
Yeah, I just listened to it too. Just the tape, just the anthem.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
Did you like the video?
So this is blowing me away right now. I'm a little. What's up?
Did you like the video? Did you see the video to the anthem? You might appreciate it.
I don't know if I've seen it
Before
probably.
you leave, we'll show it to you.
I need to watch it again, but
See, that from the Bay. He grew up listening to me.
All right, Sway, the
you
Bay,
know,
the Bay.
a lot of
I
that
get it.
inspiration.
I like to get about the Bay.
I had something to do with Kicks. I don't know how, but I had something to do with Kicks.
I knew
probably.
All right. Justin Tipping is here. DB and I both spend a lot of time talking about the movies. He's our movie buff. DB, would you talk about the plot of the movie?
Well, the plot is there's this kid newcomer named Joaquin Gilroy, and he plays Brandon, and he's basically sort of an outcast within his neighborhood. You know, he's viewed as a nerd. He doesn't get chicks. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of poor, so he wants to kind of step his status up a little bit in the area. So he goes and saves up and buys some Jordans from Mr. FAB, who plays Daryl, who's like the neighborhood sneaker guy. So he gets these coveted Jordans, and now he's cool. All of a sudden, girls are checking him out. But then the neighborhood bully, Flacco, robs him, takes his shoes. And what we don't usually see is the side of there's a villain who does something bad, but we don't always see why they went to that extreme to do what they did. And Flacco actually gives the sneakers to his son.
telling the movie?
Yo, you could. He's right here. Justin's right here.
Right.
Okay.
But
I'm into it. I'm into it, DB. I'm locked in.
But Justin, does it do you what? Like when you hear people explain it, and Justin's like nodding me up. That would say he's doing his drink. Is he doing good with it?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Interrupted my flow. I had my shit going, my mojo.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I just like the fact that you gave a side of the, quote unquote bad guy that we don't always see. We don't always sympathize with the bad guy. You know what I mean? Because there's also a message about why violence isn't always the necessary route to go to prove your manhood. Because Brandon gets so embarrassed that his shoes were stolen, and he gets so upset that he wants to get revenge on Flacco, and so he goes and gets a gun. He gets his friends to help him out. And I think in a lot of movies that are these coming of age stories, what's cool is that there's always that. I mean, if you look at Friday, Craig's father was telling him, "You don't need a gun to prove you're a man." In Menace to Society, Kane's grandparents didn't want him to engage in violence. They wanted him to move out and get away from it. Boys in the Hood, he was about to go get revenge because they shot Ricky.
Yeah.
He got out of the car. So
Yeah.
there's always that message of like, you know what? You don't have to go this route to prove you're a tough guy.
Yeah.
I proved I wasn't a tough guy this morning when we talked about, getting revenge. But
Yeah. But that. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You gonna ask him a question?
yeah,
DB?
no. But when I was getting to it, damn it.
No, you're on a roll.
Set it
Just
up,
keep-
DB.
We were talking outside in the hall
Preach.
about you actually told a story about when you got robbed, and you kind of wanted to, save face, and you were on your way to a movie, And so you went ahead and went and saw the movie after you got robbed to prove, you know what, I'm not gonna let these guys bring me down.
Man, yeah, that's like the sad reality of like trying to what we construct and define as manhood and be taught is the man up. Like I was trying to save face because I was there with my girl and friends, and like, you know, it happened in the back of Emeryville. They tore the theater down.
Yeah.
Like,
where the Denny's was?
Yeah, by like the lower bottoms kind of.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they tore that theater down. Actually, it doesn't exist anymore. But now Kix is gonna play there at a new theater.
Okay.
So joke's on them.
Joke's on them, right?
Bam.
So they robbed you for
Thank
what?
you,
Like
thank
when you
you.
got robbed, what happened? A gunpoint or?
No, I was. It was pretty nonsensical violence. Like I literally parked the car in the back of the parking lot of the theater, and much like happens in the movie, you know, it was like I got out the car and I had just it was the first. I was 16. My dad let me borrow the car. I thought it was the shit. It was like top of the world, and I had just like Nike ID was a thing.
Yeah.
And so I just got these Prestos. They re-released them, which is weird too. When I see them, I'm like, no, I can't get those. Like, but I had like white on white on white on white on white Prestos with J Tip engraved on the side.
Damn.
And like, so I get out of the car and there's like a kid on a bike, 2 cars just posted up, and the kid on the bike comes at me, and he's just like, I just like knew. And I was in the back, I was like this. I had friends that got jumped before there in the same area because there was an arcade. I think it was a thing going down. But first thing is like, you got changed for a 5. Like, no. Like, what? Like damn. All right, I'll just keep my head down, keep walking. Everyone ahead of me gets out of the cars, like 10 kids, and the first thing I hear is, he's got the Prestos. I was just like, it was like that moment. I was like, oh well, yeah, exactly. Like, it was like, and cut to seeing stars and getting stomped out, and like blah blah blah, and you know, and it was the humiliation. Really, what was like the emotional impetus for the story was like the other end of it was like kids actually going out of their way at school or wherever it is in the theater to be like, I don't know you, but hey man, you got fucked up.
Wow.
Like, look at you. And it was like every day, right? Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, what, really? Like, I don't even know you, man, but you see that I'm fucked up, and you need to like step over and be like, by the way, you got fucked up, bro. That's hilarious to me. And it was like, and then, you know, my older brother, you know, coming up to me and being like, you know what, at least you're a man now, like trying to console me.
Yeah.
It was that moment, it was that exact moment that stuck with me, that I was like, he was trying to, I was proud, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I proud? Because in retrospect, it's super sad to me that like, why is violence synonymous with masculinity?
Right.
And how does that define me becoming a man? So it was like, I questioned that, and then I went deeper into, you know, the cycle of violence and how we treat, you know, emotion. Like, you know, why is anger the one emotion I'm allowed to feel, and that's it? You know, we need to start basically redefining how you speak about what it means to be a man. Like, maybe you just need to be a man up and fucking take the beating.
So that beating that you took is in the DNA of this movie, Kicks.
It is, yes.
There's also some interesting cast members because, you know, we had
Let's just keep talking about how I got beat up. all the
that
time.
ass whipping turned into something big.
gold.
Yeah.
man.
Inspiring ass whooping.
Yeah.
Inspiring
What
ass.
happened with the girl? Did she stay with you?
Right.
She cheated on me eventually.
Yo.
Next movie.
Yeah.
All right.
He's got Mr. FAB in the movie. He's got Mahershala Ali, who we had on the show.
Yes,
He's a citizen of Sway in the Morning. But Ja King has been getting a lot of praise for his portrayal because he's pretty much a newcomer to the scene of acting and everything. Also, Christopher Jordan Wallace, Notorious B.I.G.'s son, is in the movie. And did you want to talk about how you came across him, because it was kind of a weird?
Yeah, it was bizarre.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I knew I was going to work with local kids, as well as trying to find actors through Kim Harden, who casted like Hustle and Flow. She was working with John Singleton. I was actually, thank you. Like, this was also wild. She was casting out at John Singleton's office in L.A. So I just showed up and there was like John. He was like, "What's up?" He was like, "Yeah, I got family in the rich." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like bizarre. And then Kim just brings in this kid. It's like CJ, and I was like watching, you know, this like audition, and she didn't tell me at first like who it was, right? So I was just kind of like, he's kind of funny. He's like Napoleon Dynamite, kind of like funny. Like, what is this? Who is this kid? And she's like, yeah, that's Biggie's son. I was like, oh, really?
Wow.
And then I was like, strangely, I was like, I needed to like put him through the ringer and like, really test him because I didn't want to be the cat that just casted him because he was Biggie's son. I actually wanted him to like earn it. And so I probably gave him the hardest time out of any of the kids.
Oh, damn. Yeah, Big is smiling on you right now.
But you know, we had a chemistry read essentially with Joaquin, Chris Meyer, and CJ Wallace, and they were just sitting on a couch, and I would just like say like improv this scenario, and they just clicked, and like they kind of naturally had the dynamic of like Joaquin felt like the little brother because he was younger at the time, and they were both 17, I think. And so there was just a dynamic between them that worked out where it was like he was trying to fit in, like Joaquin was trying to fit in, and CJ was just cracking jokes left and right. He was like, he was amazing. He's also the most humble of all. Oh yeah,
he's a cool kid. Justin Tipping is here, the director and co-writer of the film Kicks, which is in Fridays, September the 9th. So you obviously grew up as a sneakerhead too.
Lightweight.
I
think I'm in doctrine now. Just because I made a movie called Kicks and did so much research, I'm probably a sneakerhead now. But I wasn't necessarily like, I got one pair of shoes to last me all year. So I had to pick and choose wisely. Yeah. You know, and it was like I couldn't spend more than X dollars.
Could you appreciate these? I have one right here.
Wow, that's what he doing.
You know, I don't know.
That's foul.
You know, the AI, I don't know if you could appreciate that.
Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. I just want to make sure we on the
same
way.
I felt like you were about to step over me.
No, man. I
was about to get memed.
No. I know that did look kind of weird, didn't it? My leg was up like a Radio City Hall dancer or something. Man.
No, I
this
like your Kicks.
Thank you, bro. Hopefully, this is such. I want everybody to watch this movie because it takes some turns, and your approach to this movie is you can't even predict, what you're going to see. But I love seeing the Bay. Even the environment is a character in itself as well, and I love seeing kids in the Bay Area being portrayed in this way. It just shows the many dimensions that you and I know. If you grow up in the Bay Area, it's not just one thing. They put a stigma on Oakland really hard, and we know that, man, Oakland isn't just that. It's like 50,000 other things and perspectives that come from that Oakland lens, that Bay Area lens. So congratulations to you, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You have an open door, infinite pass to come on this show whenever you want to.
Nice.
All right?
That sounds good.
Yeah, man. And what's next for you?
Oof. That's $1 million question. It's probably
get a hold of Ryan Coogler.
Get a hold of Ryan. Get Creed 2.
Yeah.
Come back.
Creed 2, and that's it? Yeah, that's it?
Nah, man. Well, I'm going to figure it out, but I'm going to keep pushing the culture and putting diverse things on the screen that people don't see. I mean, that's the goal, right? So,
Justin Tipping, ladies and gentlemen.
Also, the movies in theaters September 9th, L.A., New York. And
Oakland, SF. And then
nationwide September 16th.
Okay. All right, man. That's a version of our live version of Movie Junkies. I thought it went really well, DB.
I think it did.
Yeah, right?
I had fun.
Okay, Justin, you had fun?
I had a great time.
All right, cool. DB's an actor, too, for your next film.
Oh.
All right. Up next, we got Celebrity Wire.
It's Sway in the morning, only
On Shade 45.